acknowledge me, the one.
Windhager goes in long. Tauru! The flying Viking flies up to the roof. The flying Viking. What a big moment for the young. Hello everyone and welcome to Kick It to Scoops. I'm your host Scoops, the sole admin of Scoops, and wow, what a round of AFL footy it was. We had everything in this round of footy. We had blowouts to the margin, but not so much in the contest. Like, a few sides are in the game and just lost. Like the Saints. My Saints were better than Hawthorn and we lost on the scoreboard. Missing easy shots. Very, very frustrating. I'm going to go through my team of the week, my Supercoach talk, and everything in between, all that. Start off with this. You want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com/Cooper G. Want me to roast a friend, wish someone a happy birthday, anything at all, cameo.com/Cooper G. And if you know any AFL, AFLW players, any state league players, and you'd like to see them on the channel in a goal kicking challenge and or interview, please do send me a message and we'll try and get something sorted. All right, now we're going to start off with this. It is the world famous segment. Oh, it's world famous. It's Scoops Goes Bang. Well, two things to bang on about this evening. And first of all, it's about Jack Ginnvan, Nick Watson, and Connor McDonald, all having celebrations that were quite cringe. Connor McDonald did the "You Can't See Me" John Cena. Now, it's the way in the matter of Connor McDonald doing that. I did not like it. Jack Ginnvan doing some celebration when he couldn't get a kick all day, and Watson did one as well that I thought was really, really disrespectful. There was a moment in the game too where Jack Ginnvan clearly threw the ball, like dead set threw it, and he replied to someone on social media who said that he threw it. How could the umpires miss a throw by Ginnvan? And Ginnvan wrote, "That's called a handball, mate." Well, Jack, learn the rules, mate. For starters, you cannot throw the ball. Don't tell someone that's a handball, because anyone that can look at the vision can clearly see that you threw it. But of course, Jack Ginnvan running his mouth online. Callum is shocked. I'm not shocked. As for the celebrations, like, I love a goal celebration. In my own videos, I love goal celebrations, but it's the timing of when these celebrations came out. It was like second quarter for some of these. It's just pretty pathetic. And then after the game, Marbiel Chol was gloating, wearing like those sunglasses or something. Like, you just beat us because we lost the game for ourselves. You didn't win the game. We lost the game. So we screwed it for ourselves. But celebrations aside, I don't like it, especially Ginnvan and Watson's ones. It's just like, grow up. You couldn't get a kick all game. You got handed goals from free kicks. Hawthorn had 5 or 6 goals from free kicks. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. And the fact of the matter is the celebrations from those two were completely uncalled for, as they weren't warranted because they did nothing to earn it. In fact, Ginnvan's goal was actually from Watson shanking a shot from the pocket and just floated in Ginnvan's direction, which he got a free that wasn't there. That's one of 5 or 6 goals they got from free kicks that weren't there. To those 3 in particular, mainly Watson and Ginnvan, just stick to playing football, and maybe you have a big moment goal at the end of a game, then maybe a celebration, but not during the second quarter or flexing your muscles like you were so dominant. Your team wasn't that good. We lost it for ourselves. Now, the AFL are potentially bringing in a stupid mid-season tournament idea from when Tassie enters the comp. Money, 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 money. That's all the AFL cares about. Stop with these stupid ideas. Andrew Dillon seriously needs to pull his head in if they do something like this. No one wants it. Who wants this shit? No one. Fix your own problems in your own departments, in your whole organisation. Make the game watchable. You're making the game unwatchable. The only thing you care about is your pockets. How many times do I have to say it? The only thing the AFL care about is their pockets. What kind of radical crap idea is this? They say radical planning and stuff like this, radical ideas. That's another one. It's laughable. It's actually rubbish. I'm not even going to go through it. Sam McClure wrote an article on it, so you can go and check it out. That the AFL considering a mid-season tournament when Tassie enters the competition. And oh, wow, it's a horrible idea. To the AFL, do not even consider doing that. But you only care about your pockets and the money, so you'll probably do it. And you'll drive more people away from the game. Now, the big round of the night is that Isaac Kako got the Rising Star nomination for the round. Now, he kicked a goal and 16 touches. That's fine. But 3 plays were clearly better. Alex Tauru, the Flying Viking, had 13 disposals, 7 intercept possessions, and 7 1%ers. That on its own, is better than Isaac Kako. Job Shanahan kicked 2 goals, 14 disposals, 8 marks. That's clearly better than Isaac Kako as well. And he was on good defenders for the Giants. Tauru played on some experienced forwards. As for the next player that was robbed, George Stevens, young Geelong player in the midfield on debut, kicked 1 goal, 22 disposals, 2 goal assists, and 14 score involvements. All 3 were clearly better than Isaac Kako. Now, this is bullshit if I haven't seen it. No one with a brain can tell me that Kako was better than any of Tauru, Shanahan, and George Stevens. And even if you want to try and tell me that Kako was better than one of those names, he certainly wasn't better than all 3 of them. I'm going to guarantee you that. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. The fact of the matter is, the AFL are rigging more and more awards the more the years go on. The Flying Viking took a hanger that I just played at the top of the show. He was fantastic. He should have won it. But if it wasn't him, Job Shanahan and George Stevens have, a reason to put their hand up and go, hey, what about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want this award. Can't you see? I want the award. You just can't take the award away from me. Now, if you get some of the words and lyrics to a song there, kudos to you if you're playing along, watching this, and you caught what song that was. It just isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see that this award is rigged? The AFL just take more than they give. Take a step back and actually not rig awards. It's just, there's no one with a sane brain. I don't even know that's a saying, but whatever. New words. Tauru was way better than Kako. George Stevens was way better than Kako. Job Shanahan was way better than Isaac Kako. Now, I'm hearing people say the ruling is that it's a block of form. Well, that's a crock of shit. So I want to tell you why. So let's just say that's correct, right? And it's a block of form. How the hell do you give nominations in round 1, 2, or 3? What block of form are you giving round 1, 2, and 3 Rising Star nominations from? Like, what from? So you, going by that logic, there should be no Rising Star nominees for round 1, 2, 3, or even 4. Now, in my opinion, last time I checked, the Rising Star nominees for each round should be, I don't know, the best of the round. Not, you've had a good, solid season, so we're going to give you one now the later the season goes. That's a bullshit. That's bullshit. What it should truly be, if you were the best player in round 16 that hasn't been nominated and you're eligible to win the Rising Star nominee, you win in round 16. If you're at the best game in round 16, you win it in round 16. Not, you were good in round 12. We don't know who to give it to, so we're going to give it to you in round 17. Bullshit. It's ridiculous. It's quite laughable that the AFL continue to rig awards. They rigged the Brownlow. The All-Australian team is rigged. Everything in that organisation is rigged. That's why the Scoops medal is the only medal that matters and it's the only medal that's not rigged. And my All-Australian team is the only All-Australian team that's not rigged. You go see Campbell Brown put a horrendous team of the week out this week. Didn't even put Max Hall in it. I mean, he has a shit team of the week every week, so I would never recommend you go look at that rubbish. It's quite laughable. Sure, it's an opinion thing, but if you don't have Max Hall in it for kicking 3 and 27, it's just quite laughable that he is not put Max Hall in. Quite laughable. So to everyone that just got roasted, lift your game. It's pathetic. Hope you all enjoyed that edition of the world famous segment, Scoops Goes Bang. Okay, so now it is time for my Scoops round 17 AFL team of the week. Oh, it's a tough one this round. And where have I gone with my team of the week? From the back line, the pockets, Colby McKercher and Ruben Ginby. Fullback, Daniel Turner. Half back line, the flankers, Nasiah Wanganeen Malira and Connor Rozee. Centre half back, Joel Jeffrey. Wingers, Finn Callahan and Max Holmes. Centreman, Tom Green. Half back line, the half forward line, the flankers, Max Hall and Zach Bailey. Centre half forward, Aaron Norton. Forward pockets, Isaac Rankin and Ryan Mansell. Full forward, Nick Larkey. Ruck, Brody Grundy. Rovers, Zach Merritt and Nick Dacos. Interchange, Zach Williams, Zach Butters, Jamie Elliott, Jeremy Cameron, and the Flying Viking, Alex Tauru. Cult figure, Alex Tauru. In the emergencies, Lockie Neal, Mitch Georgiades, and Jack Viney. So they are my selections here for you all to read on the screen this evening. So some reasons for these selections. I don't really need to explain myself, but a lot of these guys are, in fact, all of them are warranted selections and earned a spot. I mean, Colby McKercher kicked a goal on 32 off the half-back line, deserves it. Daniel Turner had 20 disposals, 16 marks, and 10 intercepts. He deserves it. Ruben Ginby did really, really well on his opponent, had a lot of 1%ers as well, and intercepts. In the Giants' fall on the dominated, he was really good in the back line. Becoming a general down the back line is Ruben Ginby. Nasiah Wanganeen Malira had 43 disposals, 15 in the last quarter. 6 clearances in the last quarter, so I don't even need to explain myself as to why he's in there. Joel Jeffrey had about 30 disposals, which was just wow from Joel Jeffrey, 26 or something. Connor Rozee had 30-odd disposals. The half-back line did well. Finn Callahan, 37 disposals, I think it was. He was fantastic. Tom Green had 35 disposals, 18 contested possessions, lots of clearances, lots of score involvements is why Tom Green gets in. Max Holmes had 36 possessions, so he got in. Max Hall kicked 3 goals, 27 disposals. He had a lot of clearances, like stoppage clearances. Score involvements was high. I think it was 9. It broke a record for the best Saints player ever for that statistic. Aaron Norton kicked 5, along with Nick Larkey, who got 5. Now, Larkey kicked 4 in the first quarter and was hampered in the second half through injury, but was still one of the best key forwards in the round. Zach Bailey kicked 5 and 27 disposals, phenomenal against the Power. Isaac Rankin kicked 5 in a close game over Melbourne. Ryan Mansell, despite them getting smashed, he was fantastic for Richmond. 3 goals and 24 disposals. Ryan Mansell deserved a spot. I know some people aren't giving him any credit, but I will. Brody Grundy was phenomenal in the ruck, had 26 disposals and destroyed his opponent. Zach Merritt was phenomenal with 40 disposals. Dacos had 36 possessions in the midfield. Zach Williams kicked 3 goals and 19 disposals before he was subbed off in the last quarter injured. Jamie Elliott, he seems to be always injured, Zach Williams, unfortunately. He's in good form up forward. Jamie Elliott kicked 4, so he deserved a spot. Zach Butters had 33 disposals, did well, had 10 score involvements. Jeremy Cameron kicked 4 goals, 5 and 19 disposals, so he deserved it. And the Flying Viking, his intercept marking, 7 intercepts, 7 1%ers, 13 disposals, that high-flying mark, and he did really well. The Flying Viking in Game 3 has been absolutely phenomenal. So they're my selections. Lockie Neal and Jack Viney were the next mids, and Georgiades was the next forward. Just didn't want to name too many emergencies this week. But that's my team of the week. So comment down below what you think of my round 17 Scoops AFL team of the week. All right, now, so let's now talk about my Supercoach talk. I scored 2,281. I was still in the top 7%. I dropped a little bit in the ranking. I'm not happy because I had Sarong shit the bed, Jordan Clark shit the bed, Patrick Cripps shit the bed, Martin from Essendon shit the bed. I nailed the captain's score with Cherry, but he didn't play the last quarter effectively, so I missed another 40 points there because he was my captain. So I missed out a bit there. I should have really got 2,400 easily. And if those underperforming mids that scored in the 60s range or 70s scored good, I would have got a lot better. Deconing went shit for Supercoach. Pitnet playing doesn't help. So, I'm really happy with the score, but not happy as well because I should have got a lot more than what I got. It's just really frustrating, and I don't understand how some of this Supercoach bullshit works. I wish I had Brodie Grundy. He's in a great patch of form the last 2 or 3 months for Supercoach. Wish I had him instead. Had Brodie not started bad for Supercoach, I may have had him in, but then again, Taconing and Cherry were going fine then, so why would I change it? But that's my Supercoach. I think I've got one trade I'm doing this week. I've got a whole team full of premiums now. Hopefully Lockie Whitfield's back, so that's official. So I've had it, but then Whitfield wasn't playing last week through concussion. Hopefully he's back. Essendon have a whole run of injuries to Cox, who we wish all the best. Apparently he's been told to sit out the rest of the year from the concussion panel, but it's been cleared to play next year, which is great news for him, but confusing because normally if the concussion panel is retiring you or stopping you from playing, how can they let you back the year after? I don't know how that works, but glad to hear that Cox will play for Essendon next season. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, we wish Sam Powell-Pepper all the best, who unfortunately done his ACL as well. Sava Radigalia and Dante Vizentini will miss the rest of the year for them. Joshua Shelley, unfortunately, is out long term, but not an ACL. So hopefully Joshua Shelley is back for the final series for the Crows. There's a lot of other injuries that have happened, and there was all posted yesterday by some clubs. So ISM Laylor, unfortunately, has done his hamstring again, a bad one, and he'll miss the rest of the year. The number 1 draft pick, so we wish Sammy Lawler all the best. And Zach Williams injured again. We'll wait and see if he's out for long, if any time at all. Obviously, he's had his injury troubles in the past. So that's my Supercoach score. Tell me how many trades you got left and everything like that. So just quickly too, in my Supercoach fan club league, let's have a quick look who's in the top 5. I'm 36. Now I dropped a few spots. We got Shano back on top. And we got Jesse in second, Jack, who is Cheesy. That's his username. Cameron, who's the factory. And David, the lads, is in 5th place. So there you go. All right, now it's time to review the round 17 game, shall we? So yeah, it was an interesting round of footy, like I said off the top. North Melbourne 85, defeated by the Bulldogs 134. Bulldogs were 49 points. I don't think the Roos were this bad. This is the last quarter where the Bulldogs got a roll on and, got the job done in the end. But the Roos were in this for a lot of the game. Larky, if he wasn't injured, he could have kicked 8 or 10. That's how good he was going. The first quarter, he kicked 4. He wasn't hampered by that injury. Kicked a goal while being hampered in the first quarter, let alone one later on in the game to get his 5th. Second quarter, that was actually. So he did well to battle out there, but he might not play this week. LDU will miss through concussion, so that's not good for the Roos. And George Waller won't be back from his concussion either. Hopefully he's back before the year's over. For the Bulldogs, Liberatoria was really good. But outside of that, I really think they just had a lot of even contributors. Obviously, Aaron Norton was good kicking 5. But yeah, I thought Will Dawson did okay on Sam Darcy at times. So yeah, a win on the board there for a little bit for Will Dawson on Sam Darcy. Friday night, the MCG, Carlton 59, Collingwood 115, the Pies were 56 points. The Pies just slaughtered the Blues. Michael Voss's form's in trouble. Carlton are a rabble right now. But I don't blame Michael Voss. I blame their players because they're the ones not putting in the effort. And I'm going to tell you again right now that Patrick Cripps should be dropped. I mean it. I keep saying it every week. His form is terrible. I don't care that he's a captain. They say that the captains are bulletproof in terms of they won't be dropped. That's rubbish. He should be dropped. If you're playing shit, you should be dropped. And yeah, he's getting around 20 touches. Big deal. He's a captain and he's performing shit. So it's simple as that. Charlie Curnow kicked 0 goals, 3, had 19 disposals. He was okay. Dacos brothers were good. Rowan Steele on debut for the Pies. He was very good as well. I don't think he was eligible for the Rising Star nominee, but he was also better than Isaac Kako. And unfortunately, Max Hall wasn't eligible either. But great win for the Pies. McStay kicked 4, Member kicked 2, did really well on Harry O'Farrell, who, by the way, Harry O'Farrell, Matt Cottrell, I think, and another young Carlton player have signed on for 2 more years. I saw that just before I hit record. Another Friday night game, which was bizarre. West Coast 52, Cheetah 111. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they were pretty bad this game. They didn't fire a shot from the start, and the Giants just continued this big form, 52 to 111, 59 points. Toby Green, Tom Green were really good. Finn Callahan, the whole team really were pretty good. Darcy Jones, Harvey Thomas was the sub. Stephen Canelio, I don't know how I butchered that. He played VFL on the weekend. I wonder when he will be back in the AFL team. Obviously, he will clearly be in it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Saturday at Marvel, Essendon 74, defeated by the Gold Coast Suns, 115. Gold Coast by 41 points. Now, does Damien Hardwick have a point, whinging about the umpires of the Matt Rowell treatment? Now, Brad Scott, in the same game, after the game, was whinging about umpire contact as well. He's a bit of a hypocrite, considering he was in charge of the AFL rules and everything like that, and these are the rules he put in place. But he's saying he didn't like it, and it was a bit confusing. Go check out his presser if you want. A bit of a confusing one. Zach Merritt was phenomenal. See what happens, Brad, when you play players in the right position, like Zach Merritt back in the midfield, 40 touches. Martin didn't play too well. Archer making 3 goals in a 5-minute block in the third quarter, and that was it. For the Gold Coast, Anderson and Rowell were really good. Ben King kicked 4. I just don't think he was team of the week worthy, though. But he was overall solid. But Essendon were in this, like North. The margin, if you watch the game, you know Essendon win it for most of the game, and they shot themselves in the foot like North in the last quarter. So they weren't too bad. Someone that was never in this contest was Richmond, 52 to Geelong, 124 G Metro Stadium. Geelong by 72 points. Unfortunately, Geelong were too good from the start, and Richmond were no hope after that. Ryan Mansell was their best player with 3 goals and 24 touches. George Stevens on debut, 1 goal, 22 disposals, 2 goals, his 14 score involvements, 12, sorry. How he didn't get it over Kako is a laugh, and same for Alex Tauru, who was better, and Job Shanahan, who was better, who kicked 2 and 14. Just remember that. I went off at it earlier. Brisbane, Port Adelaide. Brisbane 120, defeated Port Adelaide, 92. Brisbane by 28 points. Port Adelaide shot themselves in the foot. They were down like 51 to 20 at quarter time, and that kind of stayed the margin from then on. So, I mean, they were okay after that. They did have Radaglia Vicentini go off in the first quarter, and then Sam Powell-Pepper unfortunately done his ACL at some point in the game as well. So they were down to 2 men on the bench. Look, not too bad. Connor Rosie and Zach Butters are their usual good players, and they were good again. They were very good again. For Brisbane, it was Neil, it was Zorko, it was McCluggage, the same names that do well. Darcy Fort in the ruck has been okay in patches this year. Which Oscar McInerney is still an emergency in carrying that back injury. So I wonder if his career is over. They're looking at some other options, Oscar Allen, and everything like that. St Kilda 74, defeated by Hawthorn, 94, Hawthorn by 20 points. That's all they did, is win the game, which obviously is the most important thing, obviously, But we were better. If anyone tries telling me that St Kilda weren't better than Hawthorn on the day, you are complete and utterly wrong. Watch the game. St Kilda, go watch my matchday vlog and you see how angry I get. Like, Sharman missing easy goals. Hill missing easy play movement. Others, Marshall did it once too. It's just like, come on. And then easy goals missed from Sharman, which he normally would never do. Higgins missed an easy one. Tauru missed an easy one. It's just like, come on. So frustrating. I reckon maybe there was one behind that we got from Maxwell 50 metres out on the boundary on the right flank. That was probably the only hard shot we had from our behinds. So we kicked like 14 behind. You convert 13 of them. Obviously, you win by so many points. We only lose by 3 and a bit goals, 20 points. So we were clearly the better side. And even Sam Mitchell acknowledged that, basically, as well. Ross knows we were better. It's just the skill execution inside 50 from the Sharmans, the Hills, and then shots at goals by Higgins and Sharman and others. It's just so frustrating. Now, Brad Hill was the sub, so I thought he could have finally got a bit better in dropping Brad Hill because his form doesn't warrant a spot. They demoted him to sub, came on during the second quarter because Jimmy Webster unfortunately hurt his calf and will probably miss this week, unfortunately, I would assume. Hasn't done a calf before, Ross said after the game. If St Kilda have any selection integrity, Brad Hill is dropped and not back in the side all year. Simple as that. Should not be playing AFL again this year. And I could mount a case that if they continue to keep him in the rest of the season and he continues to be bad, his contract should be let go. Don't care if they pay him out, you just got to be out. His form this year has been terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now, why Angus Hastie got a game is just bizarre. His first 4 kicks went straight to Hawthorn players. That's another one who, number one, shouldn't have been picked. Isaac Keeler got destroyed by Tom Barras. He should not be in the team. These are the same names I keep bringing up that shouldn't be getting the game. Reward your VFL form. Where is Zach Jones? Where is Hugh Boxall? Where is Max Heath? Paddy Dow has been back from a long-term serious infection and knee injury he had. He had 26 on the weekend. Bring in Paddy Dow. Jack Carroll was really good. He had about 26. Carroll, Jones, Boxall, Max Heath, all should be getting a game. Not Keeler, not Hastie, not Hill. So it's just frustrating. It just really is. Zach Jones, Hugh Boxall, Paddy Dow, Jack Carroll, and Max Heath. That's 5. All should be getting a game. So bring them in, Ross. Simple as that. So I feel like we were the better side. I thought Jack Steele, Jack McRae was fantastic. Max Hall was awesome. 3 goals, 27 disposals, a goal assist, like 14 score involvements. He was phenomenal, Max Hall. Roland Marshall, I thought, wasn't great at the start, but he worked his way in as Roy always does, and he was better than Lloyd Meek in the end. I'm going to tell you why. Don't tell me that Lloyd Meek had 50 hit-outs. He did nothing with it because we won all the midfield battle. We won the clearances, we won the tackles, we won all the key midfield stats you need to win, which just shows that Lloyd Meek's ruck tap-outs were not effective at all. Shows that we played well and his ruck form wasn't as good. Hence why he was not in my team of the week consideration at all. At all. It was not even close. In fact, Marshall was better, if you want to ask me who was better. So, it is what it is. Just very frustrating. But, yeah, disappointing. Just end this season now, please. It is shit. Absolute shit. This season's a joke. 9 teams have been in it for about 5 weeks now. 5 weeks from now, going back 5 weeks ago. And it's the same 9. So if you're one of the other teams, you'd rather finish near the bottom and get a better draft pick if you've got your current draft hand. Unlike Melbourne, who traded it out. So, yeah. And maybe Carlton did too, actually. So, yeah, it's just whatever. The game's on Sunday. Where are we? Sydney 94, Freo 83. Sydney by 11 points. I tipped Sydney and Freo got their reality check. People will say, oh, well, they've won 6 in a row. You can't win them all. Like, Fremantle got lucky against St Kilda. They only won due to umpiring against Saints. They only beat North due to their goal kicking. So there's 2 wins right there they shouldn't deserve. And they got a reality check. The Swans were the far better side for the whole game. It got close for comfort at the end, but Hayden McLean said, not on my watch, pal. And he kicked 3. And the Sealer and the Swans had a nice win. Brody Grundy destroyed Jackson and Darcy in the ruck. Shows it doesn't work every week, and it didn't really work against us. Just because it works for 10 minutes in the last quarter doesn't mean it works in general. Some selection moves there was interesting. But yeah, here's what it is. The Swans are really good. Sarong was terrible. Jordan Clark was terrible. James Jordan did a terrific job on Caleb Sarong, who actually now that I think about it, I should have put James Jordan in my team of the week. Yeah, I probably should have put James Jordan in my team of the week, shouldn't I? But yeah. Yeah, I should have. I probably should have put him in James Jordan over Tauru or Williams, I guess, and one of those guys moves to the bench. But it is what it is. James Jordan was terrific. Braden Campbell apparently played on Jordan Clark. He did really well as well. And then Grundy, Goulden, Heaney were very good as well. So the last game to talk about was Adelaide and Melbourne. Good effort for Melbourne, but they didn't get the win in the end. 90-77. Melbourne lose to Adelaide by 13 points. Well, it is what it is for Melbourne. They can be disappointed with that loss. They can feel a bit pissed because that Judge McVee goal review was touched. They didn't give it touched. I thought it was borderline, but the AFL had admitted they're wrong. I love how the AFL admit they're wrong, but don't do anything in the moment. Or they just say they're never wrong. But yeah, Melbourne can feel a bit disappointed with that. They had moments where they looked okay. Daniel Turner was good. Melksham was all right as well. Viney was good too. But for the Crows, Ben Keys was really good. Then the rest of the even contributors along the board. Adelaide take the win, an important win in their top 4 chances. Now let's wrap this show up this evening by previewing the round 18 games. And if you know any AFL, AFLW players or any state league players who'd like to see them on the channel in a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please do send me a message. We'll try and get something sorted. Now the Scoops AFL medal will be on during the week of the week off, or around that point, with all the podcasts I'm going to have, the AFLW show, the VFLW show, this episode, this podcast as well, and every other content videos that I have. I don't know what week or day, or not so much the week, more the day, because I could potentially be having 2 Scoops medals in that week. So I don't want to have them back to back or anything like that. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But it'll be around that time. If not that week, the week after. So keep an eye out for that. I'll figure that out and I'll give you confirmation of those days for those medals when we get to it. So let's preview the round 18 games to wrap us up, shall we? Thursday night at Marvel Stadium, 7:30 Vic time. It's Carlton hosting Brisbane. I'll be tipping Brisbane in this one by 40 points. Friday night at People First Stadium, it's Gold Coast and Collingwood, 7:40 Vic time. I'll be tipping the Pies in this one by 10 points. Saturday, 1:20 at Marvel Stadium. It's Western Bulldogs hosting Adelaide. I'll be tipping Adelaide in this one by 5 points. This was originally at Mars Stadium. It was changed a few months ago after people complained about the seating and how the ground looks like 3 months ago. They need to fix that ground up. It looks horrible with the, for crowds and that. 4:15 p.m. But according to Bailey Smith, no one turns up at Ballarat. So interesting. 4:15 at NG Stadium in Sydney. It's GWS hosting Geelong. I'll be tipping GWS in this one by 15 points. This is 4:15 Victorian time. Saturday night at MCG, it's Richmond hosting Essendon, 7:35 p.m. Victorian time. This could go either way, but I'll go the safe option and go Essendon here by 20 points. 22 points. 22. Yeah, keep it on 22 points. Yep. Saturday night at Optus Stadium, Fremantle, Hawthorn, 8:10 Vic time. Ooh, I'll be tipping Hawthorn in this one by 5 points, but this could easily go to Freo. We'll wait and see. 3 games on Sunday, 1:10 at the MCG. It's Melbourne hosting North Melbourne. I'll be tipping Melbourne in this one by 15 points, but North could win this as well. 3:15 p.m. on Sunday at Marvel Stadium. It's my Saints hosting Sydney. I'll be tipping the Saints in this one by 8 points. Another hard round to tip. And the last game on Sunday and for the round, 4:40 p.m. at the Adelaide Oval. It's Port Adelaide hosting West Coast. I'll be tipping Port Adelaide by 30 points, or do I not do that? It's an interesting one, but we'll have to wait and see. Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Kick It to Scoops. My co-host Kayla unfortunately couldn't be on tonight due to personal reasons, and she will be back in a week or two's time. So look forward to having Kayla back on in about 2 weeks from now. All right, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Kick It to Scoops. Until next time, check out all my content throughout the week I bust my ass off each and every week for all of you, whether it's A4W content, V4W content, other state leagues, AFL, you name it, interviews, goal king challenges, matchday vlogs, everything in between, editing, videos, Insta reels, everything like that. Follow me on Instagram, AFL Info Live. I would truly appreciate it. And subscribe on here if you haven't already. And there's the Insta handle there. And yeah, thank you very much. Until the next video, take care and go Saints. And also remember, words hurt. Be nice to everyone.